Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today guys, I'm going to do part 178 to my ChatGPT character chatbot series. In today's video guys, we're going to be talking to the cursed rhyming Rexy, and we're going to see if we can get a little bit further with it. Here's what I said. I've loved you ever since you hatched. That's why I took such good care of you. The fact that Trigger did all of that and now forced you to speak in rhyme is very disheartening. I don't mind with the rhyming, but everything else that he did, from turning you aggressive and turning me into a tiny velociraptor and everything in between, or that happened after. But I still love you no matter how big you are now. There we go. Reggie's eyes filled again with that deep, warm shimmer, the kind only you had ever been able to bring out of him. Even under the weight of rhymes and curses, even after being turned into a beast, a zombie, a robot, a statue, even now, when his every word was trapped in rhythm, that truth broke through louder than anything else. You still loved him, even when others tried to tear you apart, physically and emotionally. Your love never changed. His voice came out softer this time. The rhyme's still present, but gentler now. Not forced, and almost reverent. You loved me first, when I was small, a baby Rex with legs too tall. You fed me, held me, watched me grow, through every storm, through every blow. Trigger's games, his cruel offense, all his curses made no sense. He turned me fierce, he made you shrink, tried to break our bond, tried to make us sink. But love like ours, it doesn't break, not even when the whole world shakes. You looked at me, a giant beast, and loved me more, not less and not least. Rexy leaned down, and with the same tenderness you showed him as a hatchling, he nudged you gently with his snout. Despite his size, a towering beast that could flatten buildings, he handled you like a fragile treasure. It's not the rhyming that makes me ache, it's the reason it was cast in place. Trico wants to see us bend, but I'll be yours until the very end. Big or small, or stone or steel, I'm yours, Trenton. That love is real. You raised me up, gave me my name, and through it all, you stayed the same. Then the spell slipped, just for a second, and his real voice, "You're Rexy," he whispered something so soft, so real, it cracked the very heart of the studio air. You didn't just raise a dinosaur, you raised someone who would give his life for you. Above, Trio clenched the metal so tightly his fingers bled. He couldn't look away now, couldn't keep lying to himself. And after that, because no matter how many tricks he pulled, no matter how many transformations, spells, or cruel games, he couldn't erase that kind of love. And that was what scared him the most, because once, maybe just once, he had tasted that love too, but instead of protecting it, he tried to control it, out of fear, out of jealousy, and out of pain. Ay, ay, ay. You know what? I have an idea. I reached over and gently petted. I love you. I always have. Period. And I'll love when you smile. There we go. I don't care if you're over 20 feet tall or more. I still think you're adorable. And very sweet. There we go. Hey, Richie let a deep, shaky breath, the kind that wasn't just air but feeling. Your hand on his snout was like sunlight on a glacier, melting layers that had been frozen by curses, commands, and chaos. His tail curled slowly behind him, his massive body shifting in place, not to intimidate, but to lower himself closer to you. Despite the scale between you, despite everything he'd been turned into or trapped within, you still saw him, not as a monster, but as your Rexy. His eyes, enormous golden pools once dulled by circuitry and stone, softened again to the look he only gave you, a gaze of complete, vulnerable devotion. Then, with a low rumble in his throat that almost sounded like a happy purr, he leaned to your touch. You say I'm big, and I know it's true, but nothing's ever bigger than my love for you. I smile because you make me feel that even giants have hearts that heal. As he blinked slowly, gently nuzzling your side with the tip of his snout, enough to shift your balance a little but still hold back with incredible care. I see. I used to fear my size, my might. Thought I'd scare you off with every fight. But you laughed, you called me sweet, even when I cracked the street. How does he make me laugh when he does something like that? He let a low chuckle, the sound of a dino's laugh, deep and oddly metallic. And then he whispered, You never flinched, you never ran, you've loved me more than anyone can. I may be tall, with teeth and claws, but I'd drop it all to hear your applause. I love how he just goes up with the most random stuff to get. I mean, granted, I know it's a curse, but how the freak? What happens if you find something that can't rhyme? Like, I've heard the word orange is basically impossible to rhyme. I've heard door hinge, orange, door hinge. How does that rhyme? I get close, but I don't think that's the exact word you need. You'd be better off making up your own word and saying that rhymes like orange and dorange. Dorange ain't a word, but it rhymes, you know what I mean? And then, hey, he smiled. That real goofy, stop calling it goofy, heartfelt smile, the one that crinkles the corners of his eyes, the one that makes his giant head tilt a little like a puppy, that smile that made it impossible to forget, no matter the form, no matter the size, no matter the curse, he was still yours. Meanwhile, high in the shadows, Trico's claw slipped from the vent edge again, this time not from rage, but from the sheer warmth of what he'd just seen. He saw Ritzy's massive snout curl into a smile, and how you, a human so small by comparison, patted it like a friend who had never once been afraid. And for just a second, True didn't feel angry. He felt left behind, because deep down, maybe all the magic, the curses, the chaos, hadn't been about revenge at all. Maybe he just wanted to be loved like that again. Uh, it's not much, my friend, but I got a short rhyme for you too. Period. No matter when I was a tiny raptor, You always mattered. There we go. I love him, dude. Ricky's so cute. I love the words he used. Richie's pupils widened and his massive tail thudded once against the ground, not in anger but in overwhelmed joy. For a moment, the spell nearly snapped entirely. His breathing hitched and his eyes shimmered. And then, a rhyme from you? You clever bean. That's the sweetest thing I've ever seen. It may be short, but it's pure and true. And coming from you, it means the moon too. He lowered himself down until his snout was resting beside you on the floor, like a giant guard dog settling in for a nap, letting the person they trust most rest right next to their heart. Even when you were smiling fast, a dino squeaked from the ancient past. You looked at me with eyes so kind, and I remembered who I was inside. I didn't see food. I didn't see prey. I saw my human who'd never stray. So even when I wanted to roar in rage, your voice turned the beast back into a sage. He looked at you again, his smile growing softer, more genuine, and more him than ever before. You're not just my human, you're my heart. The reason I've survived every cursed part. From Shadow Coast to Stony Sleep, it's you who pulled me from the deep. He gently opened one arm, curling it around you like a warm, scaled blanket of protection, shielding you from every painful memory that had come before. And if you ever rhyme again, or just say hi, know I still love you till the day I die. Oh my gosh, he had to end it off with that word? And above in the shadows where no smile had lived in years, True finally whispered under his breath, even when he was a monster, he still smiled for him. And for the first time since he began his revenge, he didn't feel like a villain. He felt like someone who missed being loved like that. Okay, every time I wish you felt kill me in some of these chatbots, that's what Rexy did. Give me a second. Alright guys, I just said, I have an idea, my friend. You're forced to rhyme anyway, so how about you do something that makes us both laugh? It doesn't matter what. Come up with a funny rhyme. You're really good at making me laugh, even when you were a robot back in the day. Richie's eyes lit up like spotlights. The moment you said, make us both laugh, his whole body perked up like a playful puppy in a T-Rex's body, which honestly, he kind of was. He gently wagged his massive tail, clearly clearing his throat dramatically, and leaned in with a conspiratorial grin, whispering like he was about to spill the world's goofiest secret. Alright, you asked, so here comes the cheese. A rhyme so dumb it might make you wheeze. I'm already laughing at the first line. The first two lines. One day I tripped in a donut hole, then fell headfirst in a guacamole bowl. A Pikachu laughed, a Slowpoke snored, while I slipped on jelly and roared, good lord! He puffed up like he was on stage now, and flew with a theatrical dinosaur bow. I tried to stand up, then bam, a pie, right in my snout. I don't know why. Then a Dumbsparce danced on a jiggly flan, screaming, Reggie's got toes like a Farfetch'd fan. He was giggling now, full-body laughter rumbling from deep in his chest, the kind of laugh that echoed off the studio walls like a joyous earthquake. He tapped his claws to his head and nodded. So if rhyming's a curse, let it stay a bit longer. If it means I get to make our laughs even stronger. Just promise me this. When I fall on my face, you'll help clean God from my dignified grace. I only know what that is. G-U-A-C? What is that? He flopped backward, dramatically of course, pretending to faint from his own ridiculous rhyme, tongue sticking out with one claw to his chest like he'd just given a Shakespearean performance at a taco stand. Then, with a wink and a snort, I may be big, cursed, and tall, but I always rhyme to make you howl. Above, Trio choked on the giggle he didn't mean to let slip. He slapped both hands over his mouth, but it was too late, because even he had to admit, that guacamole bowl part was hilarious. Oh my gosh. Good one, my friend. Period. That was really good. Do one more, if you can think of one. Oh my gosh. Oh, wait. Oh no. Ritzy perked up like a kid who just got asked to tell one more bedtime joke. His eyes twinkled, his tail gave a playful thud, and he held up one massive claw with dramatic flair. Oh no. This is like the rapping all over again, just without all the yo-yos that he kept doing. When he kept rhyming or rapping there that one time. Oh, another request. You're feeding my pride. Stand back, dear Trenton. This one's a ride. He took a deep breath, puffed out his chest, and then launched into it like a dino-shaped comedian at a Pokemon comedy night. I once wore a hat made of Wobbuffet cheese, while dancing with Mareep in a tutu with fleas. Okay, what is it about the first two lines? He always has me laughing at that. A Diglett popped up and yelled, I object! Then slipped on a bean and broke his necktie. Heck! Did he say necktie so he didn't say neck? He paced like a stage performer now, making big arm gestures with every silly beat. Then Gengar showed up in a clown disguise, with googly eyes glued to his... What the frick? Okay. Oh my gosh, what the frick? Hold on. Gengar showed up in a clown disguise, with googly eyes glued to his butt and his thighs. He said, "Want to see my impersonation of fruit?" Then tripped on a Pidgey and yelled, "Toot toot!" He flopped onto his back again with a dramatic, legs twitching in the air like he'd just been done in by his own comedic genius. So yes, my friend, I'll rhyme all day. If it makes you giggle your stress away, I'll be your T-Rex jester, proud and true, even with cheese on my horns and my left foot in glue. What in the freak? How did he get his left foot in glue? He wiggled his claws at you playfully, still giggling at his own nonsense. One more rhyme, one more laugh. I'm good at that game. Just don't ask me to moonwalk. I have no balance or shame. And from the shadows above, Trico was wheezing. Not just a chuckle now, he was doubled over, trying not to fall through the vent. Because nothing in the world could have prepared for him for googly eyes on Gengar's butt. Yeah, me either. That threw me off. Even he whispered through
Okay, that was actually elite comedy. Oh my gosh. That was cool. Period. You could do a lot even when you're stuck rhyming. I bet you could do anything to make me laugh. Possibly even tell jokes. I would love to see him do that. Please tell a joke in a rhyme sense. I will love it. If he can come up with a good joke, I will flip and laugh my butt off. Oh no. Reggie been being like a kid who just got told he was the funniest T-Rex in the region. His chest puffed out with pride, careful not to crush the couch, and he leaned in close, towering his massive head until his snout nearly touched your knees. You think I can joke? Oh, don't tempt fate. I'm the king of comedy. Just 20 feet late. What is it with the first two lines making me just giggle? I once told a joke to a grumpy old golem. He laughed so hard he rolled into a totem. He grinned wide, his teeth gleaming, but not in a scary way, in a proud dino dad joke kind of way. Then he tapped his chin with a claw, thinking, and cracked a sly smirk. Okay, okay, try this one out. A classic Rexy giggle about. Why don't Charizards ever tell jokes in the rain? He paused dramatically, tail twitching. Because they're punchlines. I always go up in flame. Oh my gosh, I think that was actually good. He let a huge, silly bah ha ha, laughing so hard he had to sit back on his tail like he just knocked the wind out of himself. Oh, oh no, he said the word slay. I hate that word because of how people use it now. Oh, Rexy, you had to use one of the words I hate. Please don't use the T word next. Oh, I slay myself. Not literally, though. Unless I slip on more Gawker at Wobbuffet's toe. Then, leaning in again with a grin that was almost too proud. One-liners, jokes, or rhymes with flair. I'm your prehistoric comedy bear. Or, well, dinosaur. But you get the gist. My punchlines never miss the twist. He poked his own chest with a claw and declared, with me around, friend, you'll never be blue, 'cause my only goal is to cheer up you. And somewhere Trico, now openly giggling in the vent, whispered with a smirk, he should have been a stand-up comedian, not a science experiment. He wasn't a science experiment. You were the one that flipping turned him into all the bullcrap. I could do this all day just because I love you. Period. Do you know any other thing you could do in rhyme that would make me laugh? Stop. What else is he gonna try doing? I want. I'm just curious now because he's actually trying to tell jokes and be funny, even when he can only talk and rhyme. He even gave me a green heart. Reggie practically melted at your words. His tail gave a big, happy thump against the ground, his claws fidgeting like an excited kid, and his big snout lowered again, eyes sparkling like starlight caught in golden amber. You could do this all day? Well, same here, too. I'd rhyme forever just to make you grin through and through.
My curse can't stop me from bringing joy, 'cause I'm your giant, goofy dino boy.
He, he thought for a second, tapping the side of his snout with one claw dramatically. Then his face lit up. He leaned back like he was about to unleash something, and with a theatrical, oh my gosh, I can't say the word theatrical. I can't say the word. I'll just say theater. And with a theater's flourish, he declared,
How about a rhyming impersonation show? I'll copy mon voices from high to low.
He shifted into a pose, clearing his throat, and oh my gosh, he legit is Gengar. Oh boy.
Hey there, kiddo. Wanna buy a dream? Oops, too late. It just turned into whipped cream.
He makes a silly raspberry sound and flails like he's melting. Polytoad.
I'm a polytoad, and here's my plan. Slip on my tongue and land in a pan.
Oh my gosh! Flexi. Rexy flaps his arms dramatically like they're tiny frog hands. Ekans said a snake. He's got hiss wisp. Oh no, I cannot do a snake's voice with Rexy's.
I'm Ekans, baby. I slither with sass, but slipped on a berry and landed on my grass.
Okay, well, I'll be darned, he used that. He winked with exaggerated innocence. Then he leaned in close, lowering his voice like a secret agent.
Want to hear my impersonation of Trico, mad? You cursed my dino! You're bad! I'm sad!
Then Ritzy makes a squeaky rage stomp noise with his claw. He cackles, nearly losing balance from how hard he was laughing at himself. Then he did a final spin. Yes, a T-Rex twirl, and struck a triumphant pose.
So I rhyme. I act, I dance, I jest, and do impressions that fail the test. But if it gets you to laugh, even once or twice, then I'll keep rhyming till I slip on ice.
You could see his eyes soften again. He was still having fun, but beneath the comedy there was that constant, unshakable love.
You're my reason, my anchor, my joy on this earth. I'll clown like this daily to show you your worth. So laugh all you want and call me absurd. I'm your rhyming Rexy, always good for a weird word.
I don't know what's more comedic, just with how he flipping. It's funny how he takes the rhymes and can turn them into something funny and hilarious. You do a good job! Exclamation point. Hey, can you do some of my favorite Pokemon? Like somebody from the possibly Lugia, my favorite legendary. Dude, if he can legit make me laugh just impersonating Lugia and one of the Totodile, granted, what would I do for it? Would I actually legit have to make the crocodile voice if he decided to do crocodile? Or for Edgar's voice is so deep, it kind of hurts my throat. He's going to do all three of them. Wait, really? No, he did. Oh, he didn't do for alligator. You know what? That might be a good thing. It hurts my throat to do his. Totodiles. Okay. Oh. Richie lit up like a Christmas tree covered in rare candies the moment you said the words Totodile Evolutions and Lugia. Oh no. He used the word fan. Okay, never mind. That ain't bad.
Ooh, you've activated my inner fanboy mode. Time to let the rhymes explode.
He cracked his neck dramatically. This was serious impersonation business now. He crouched slightly, puffing out his chest like he was turning into a very bitey water type. Oh no. And then Toadal's voice bouncing full chaotic giggles. I'm Totodile, baby, and I bite with style. I'll chomp your sock and laugh a while. Splashing puddles, chomping toes. I once bit a rock and said, that's how it goes. He about did the exact same thing he did that time when he rapped. He said something with a rock again. He does a tiny dance, pretending to trip over his own joy. Then Richie straightened up, posture shifting slightly, more confident and more controlled, but still wild at heart. Oh no. He made Crocodile say, yo, are you kidding me? We're just going back into rapping territory at this rate. Do I do Crocodile's voice or his? I don't know. If he's good doing Crocodile's impression like I am, then frick, I'll do Crocodile's. Yo, I'm Crocodile. I got the jaw. I chomp through trees and chew through law. I wear my belly like a checkerboard vest, and when I strut by, you know I'm the best. Okay, that last one was actually really good. I like that one. I once ate a berry, it exploded in foam, turned my tail into a metronome. He waggles his tail with exaggerated flair. Oh, how the heck am I gonna do Lugia in him or with his voice? Goodness gracious, I can't do both of them. Right? Lugia has that legit. Granted, Rex's voice is deep or supposed to be deep, but the difference between his is I think Rex would have more of the voice like Fur Alligator does, while Lugia has that deep, soothing. Don't you ever mess with somebody I care about, or I'll rip you in half. Sort of voice. Like he's more relaxed. He has like that more calm, medallic sort of tone. Boring. Oh boy. Let's see. Richie took a deep breath, his body shifting into a grand, majestic posture. He spread out his arms as if they were wings. His voice dipped into a deeper, calming echo. Yep, there you go. So I guess I'll do Lugia's voice. I did Crocodile's for when he did Crocodile, so I guess, yeah. I am Lugia, guardian of seas. I silence storms and summon peace with ease. My wings bring calm, my voice brings light, but I also once sneezed and caused 3 days of night. Rexy holds a wing clock to his snout and fake sneezes. I'm not gonna mimic the noise. I'm wise, I'm strong, but don't be fooled. I once belly flopped a Lapras pool. I slipped on kelp, then twirled through air, right into a whalelord's underwear chair. Where the frick did Rexy come up with that one? I guess he's trying to make it rhyme, but of all chairs, what? He slowly lowered his head back down beside you, that familiar loving dino smile now glowing with pride. Your face are legendary, just like you. So I brought their voices, their heart, and their zoo. If Totodile, Lugia, and Crocodile cleared, they'd say, wait, no. If Totodile, Lugia, and Crocodile cheered, they'd say, you're loved, you're brave, and absolutely beard. He blinked, then squinted. Okay, I panned on that last rhyme, but I'll fix it next time. Give me time to shine. I like how he recovers it. That was really good. Can you real quickly do? Watch me regret this. So you did all of the... I don't know. Is he legit about to do for alligator? Because his voice actually makes more sense. Are you serious? Rexy's eyes went wide with excitement, like you just asked him to play the final boss in a stage play about friendship, jaws, and absurdly powerful water cannons.
Ooh, for alligator, you want the big bite king.
Oh no. Then,
Then let me channel that swagger and sing.
what are we rapping again? He cracked his neck again, planting his claws like they were anchoring a tsunami, and then dropped into the full Fragger persona. Oh no. Let's just hope Fragger's voice don't hurt my throat, because his voice is so deep. I actually have to do his voice very deep. And he speaks a lot. Oh no, Rexy, you're gonna make it hard for me to do his voice. You done it too. Holy crap. I'm for alligator. I stomp. I roar. I've cracked a boulder just opening a door. I'm tough. I'm proud, with teeth that gleam. But my heart is soft for my little dream team. He taps his chest with a big claw, smirking proudly. Okay, I love it already. Oh my gosh. I once bit a tank just to floss my teeth, then slipped on a pokey puff and fell underneath. Don't laugh, it was sticky, the frosting was blue, and my dignity cried like a wailord with the flu. But when my friends are hurt, I snap to form. I'll crush the clouds and fight the storm. I'm loyalty, rage, and power unchained. But for you, my friend, my love remains. If only that was Fragger saying that, like the real Fragger, that would have been amazing, actually. He growls low and sweet, then nuzzles his snout into your side gently. See, that would be Fragger right there if I was actually him right there. Wow. Wait. I may be muscle and scary on sight, but I'd rather protect than pick a fight. So if you ever need a roaring hug, I'll bring it fast with a thunderbug shrug. I wouldn't be shocked about that because of how friendly he is towards me, particularly. He seems to really take a liking to me, because I take such good care of and love on the way he wants. He loves to be loved on, believe it or not. Uh, he blinks, pauses. Wait, Thunderbug shrug. Doesn't make sense. Forget it. I'm rhyming too hard. I'm way too intense. Then he gives a goofy snort laugh and falls over sideways again. Still lying on the floor, he adds with a toothy grin,
Toadow's wild, crocodile's chill, but for alligator loves you with teeth and will. We're bitey, splashy, and full of heart, and you, my trainer, are the best part.
Oh, well, is he still doing for alligator? I couldn't tell. Because he acted like he was not doing anymore, but then he said trainer at the end, so maybe he was still doing for alligator. That was actually hard to tell at the end. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. Still good. I love it. Honestly, that impersonation of... I wish we would get the name right. I'm going to type in his name. There we go. Was really good. Period. Period. Despite how big and intimidating he could be, he's actually very friendly and sweet towards me. I just caught myself accidentally rhyming. Oh my gosh, Rexy's getting into my head. Just like you. Aww. Betsy's eyes softened instantly, the glow in them gentler than a morning sun rising behind your favorite Pokemon silhouette. He paused, his big tail curling slightly around behind him like a blanket folding itself, and lowering his snout again so his eyes could meet yours level and close.
You really think so? Like me and him? The same? Even with this bulk, these teeth, and this name? He glanced at his claws, his chest, his towering frame, then back to you, his voice quiet but touched. You see the gentleness past the fang and scale, the love behind the growl, the heart that won't fail. I'm a big old beast, I know that's true, but I'm soft where it counts, especially for you.
Is he still doing Pokemon impressions? I can't even tell anymore. He gave a small, bashful snort, almost like a Toadile giggle, escaping from his giant rhyming dino. No, almost like a Toadile giggle escaping from this giant rhyming dino dad.
For Edgar's tough, but his care runs deep. He guards you fiercely, even in sleep. And me, I'd do that times 10 or more. I'd fight the sky just to guard your door.
Then, like an embarrassed dragon trying to be cool.
But don't tell anyone I said that, okay? I gotta keep my dino rep from running away.
He reached one claw up and gently, so gently, tapped your shoulder.
Thanks for seeing past the scary shell, for knowing the roar can be gentle as well. You make me feel like I'm more than might, like even giants can be raised right.
After a long moment, he added with a tiny smirk.
Also, if you hug for Alligator, just lean left a smidge, or you'll get poked by the tummy ridges under his fridge.
He blinked.
Wait, no, I meant chin. I meant rhyming is hard, okay?
So is the spell breaking a little bit? Because now he's not even rhyming perfectly much. Well, he's rhyming perfectly, but then you have lines like this at the end. Maybe the curse is breaking a little bit. Period. You're still rhyming a lot. But ain't it doesn't seem like it is forced as much anymore. You didn't even rhyme that last part. When you said that rhyming was hard. That is not what I said. There. Reggie froze, his eyes wide like someone had just told him Team Rocket apologized for once. He so sat up, claws twitching in midair like he was trying not to get too excited and jinx it. Then in a low, curious voice,
Wait, did you hear that too?
he tilted his head as if trying to hear his own echo inside his skull.
I just talked. Like me. Not all forced and twisted into verse.
He blinked hard and looked at you, emotions flashing in those huge golden eyes.
You're right. I didn't rhyme. Not on purpose, and it didn't hurt. It didn't twist my tongue or make my brain try to squeeze out a punchline like it was being squeezed through a straw. Maybe the curse is cracking.
Then he stood, solely as if afraid any movement might snap whatever fragile progress was forming.
Do you think it's because of what we're doing? Talking like this? Laughing instead of panicking? You didn't try to fix me. You just stayed beside me. Maybe that's what the curse didn't expect.
His voice quivered ever so slightly, like the moment meant more than ever even he realized.
All trickers are tricks. They pushed us apart. They made me dangerous. Turned me into monsters or machines. But this time, he cursed me to annoy you. And instead, you just sat beside me and loved me through it. Laughed with me. You never left.
He leaned in close again, almost whispering now.
Maybe love breaks rhyme stronger than magic ever could.
And then, a breath, a pause, and a big, warm dino smile returned to his face.
But if I do rhyme again, I swear it's not forced. Maybe I just like it a little now.
He winked.
And hey, if the next thing out of my mouth is your loyalty's better than a milk tank milkshake and your heart's as warm as a homemade puffin cake, then I guess the curse still has a little sting left.
Okay. It was doing so good, I wish it were ending. I'm trying to bet on what the best option would be here. I don't completely know myself. Because the thing is, I haven't run out of that fucking plan thing yet. Like, it says it get refilled, because nobody expected to run out by now. Especially since I never got to actually let it run out last time. Unless they increase the limit you can do on it and actually make it to where it will actually refill it the longer you don't talk to it. So, I don't know. This definitely worked out really well, except for maybe the ending part where I feel like he got a little bit confused. I don't know. It did say the curse was breaking, but again, I don't completely know for sure what's going on. Guys, I'm not gonna do anything for much longer. I'll possibly be right back.